Have a seat. Have a seat, everyone. Come into a nice, comfortable position. Connect yourself down into the floor. And elongate your spine. So today we're going to think about the spine and how to keep it in a good, true form. Take a nice big inhale and exhale. Do that one more time and make sure you're bringing it all the way down to your belly. So inhale and exhale. Okay, let's come down to our backs and our feet on the floor, nice and slowly. Come on all the way down. And again, think about the back. Now there is a little bit of a lower lumbar arch, or at least there should be for most of us. And just pay attention when you press it into the floor and then when it arches up. Just be aware of that, okay? So inhale your arms up over your ears, and then exhale them all the way back down to your sides. So maybe when you come down to your sides, you flatten your back all the way down to the floor. And then inhale up, so you're bringing that lumbar spine, you're kind of doing a little mini cow. And then exhale down, pressing your back down into the floor. All right, let's bring our right leg up to the sky with our arms going up over our head. And then exhaling it, bring it back down. And then let's bring the left leg up to the sky. And then exhaling it back down. And then let's do it one more time. Inhale that right leg up. Reach those arms up. Exhale, come on back down. Left leg, inhale your arms up. Exhale your arms back down. Okay, so widen your feet a little bit wide as the mat. Bring your arms out to a side and just do gentle windshield wipers. So drop your knees from one side to the other, just starting to loosen up the center of your body. Just back and forth, nice and slow, feeling how you're rotating on the back, the sides of your vertebrae. And then come on back up, bring your feet in a little bit, cross your right ankle over the top of your left knee and just leave the knee out. So we're just stretching the knee out, just feeling a little bit of that hip opening. And then uncross it, and then cross the other side. So, and notice when you do this, if one side's feeling a little tenser than the other. And breathing in, breathing out. And then let's roll over to a side and we'll come back up to a nice, gentle, seated position. Real slow. And again, feel your spine nice and elongated. So bring your arms up overhead and grab your opposite forearms. Some of you may be able to grab your elbows. You want to make a frame around your head. You're not leaning the forearms on the top of your head. You're trying to make some length. So maybe some of you will have to grab your wrist or your fingertips, whatever works for you. But feel as you reach the elbows up to the sky, how you feel the expansion of the rib cage and the elongation of the spine. And take a nice big inhale and exhale. Now take your, I'm going to say your left hand down to the ground and arch over and feel that whole side opening up, keeping that hip down on the ground. And then come on back up and switch your arms where you had your frame. And again, lengthen up. Feel the triceps open up. Inhale up. Woo, feel that expansion. And then bring the other hand down and arch over. Just opening up the sides. And then come on back up with your both arms up. Take your left arm to your right knee. Twisting around. And then come on back up and let's just switch sides. Clasp. Just grab that knee, twisting the rib cage around. Just getting that middle body and the vertebrae lubricated. And then come back to center and clasp your hands behind you. If you need to grab your elbows again, that's fine, but just open up the front body, keeping your vertebrae nice and upright. And then clasp your hands. Now you are going to arch your upper spine. Just getting a good stretch in the forearms and obviously in the upper back. And then come on back down. All right, let's come to tabletop. So wrist underneath shoulders, knees underneath hips. Keeping the vertebrae going again. Round your back like a cat. And drop your belly down. And then inhale, round your back. Exhale down. And inhale, round your back up. And exhale down. And then come to a nice flat back. Okay. Bring that right leg back. Bring the right ball of the foot to the floor, stretching out the whole back of that right leg, getting an excellent stretch. Maybe windshield wiper, keeping the toes on the ground, just moving a little bit. And then bring that right leg up, left arm forward, coming into a bird dog. I'm going to give you a little bit of advanced poses today if you want. You can bend that right knee, reach around and grab it with your left arm, coming into a balance. You do not have to do this. This is just another option today. Come on back around and then come on down to tabletop. Okay, left leg back, left ball of the foot. Let's stretch the back of that leg out. And when you breathe in and breathe out, when you breathe out, maybe you'll feel a little bit more expansion throughout your body. Okay, lift the leg up, right arm forward. Hold it there, get your balance. Maybe bend the left leg, reach around, grab the back of your leg. And then slowly come on back down, and let's just sit back in a child's pose for just a moment and rotate your wrist around. We're going to be doing a lot of upper body stuff, so rotate your wrist around, and you can always come down into this pose if your wrists are bothering you or if you're getting a little tired, but it's always there for you. Come on back up to tabletop. Let's bring the right leg out. We're going to rotate the knees. Bring the right knee out to the side and then bring it in. And so what you're doing is making a big circle with that hip and just getting it nice and open. Breathing in, breathing out, going nice and slow. And then go in the opposite direction. Just feeling it open up. And notice how much you have to work to do something like this. It's good for loosening everything up. Okay, come on back down. Let's rest that side. Now let's do the other side. So bring the leg out, bring the knee around, and go nice and slow and gently. You're obviously focusing on that hip, but it takes a lot of strength, upper body strength. Now go in the opposite direction to hold yourself up while you're doing this. I like to do this in tabletop instead of downward dog because it makes it a little bit more accessible for people. All right, come on back down. All right, now bring that right leg out and then bring the knee into the nose. So we're going to work on the abdomen, and then the right leg out and knee into the nose, and right leg out and knee into the nose. Let's do it one more time. Out, knee into the nose. Now bring the right leg out, way out, and cross it over your left calf. Let's just stretch out that side, looking over your left side. And then come on back around to tabletop. Let's do the other side. So left leg out, knee into the nose, way out, and get your breath into it. Knee into the nose and way out, working those abs. Knee into the nose. One more time. Way out, knee into the nose, and then bring the leg out, cross it over your right calf, look over your right shoulder. Stretching out that whole left side now, that left hip. And then come on back around, and then curl your toes under, and let's come into a downward facing dog. And breathe. Taking a nice big inhale and exhale. Your knees might still be bent. That's okay. It'll help keep from any kind of tension building up. And slowly walk your feet behind your hands. Come into a forward fold. Feet are hip width distance apart. Maybe grab your elbows again, just like you did with the frame overhead, and just sway side to side. Just feeling that great stretch all the way up and down the backs of your legs. Okay, undo your arms. Bring your hands to your knees. Inhale halfway up, flat back. So sit bones are sticking back, front of head, crown of the head is facing forward. Exhale down, stretching those hamstrings. Bend your knees a little bit, and then let's stand nice and slowly all the way up. Exhale, bring your hands into prayer. Come all the way through to center. Okay, let's release our wrist a little bit. As a matter of fact, let's do a nice figure eight. Can you do a figure eight one way? And then a figure eight the other way? All right, and then just take your fingers and bring them out, getting the blood flow going. All right, come on back up to the front of your mat. Okay, inhale your arms all the way up. Exhale, fly down. Inhale halfway up. Exhale down, and I want you to step back to downward facing dog. So walk your feet back to downward facing dog. And breathe. Now, can you come forward into plank pose? So plank is basically a push-up pose. If this is not accessible, bring your knees down to the floor. Okay? And then come on back to dog pose and have your knees bent. It makes it easier to do this mini flow. And then come on forward to plank and hold it there. And then back to downward facing dog. And just nice and slowly, maybe inhale to plank and hold it there. And then exhale back to dog. Working those upper body. Come on forward again into plank and hold it. And then exhale back to dog. And now hold dog. Take a nice big inhale and exhale. All right, now bring your right leg up into the air. You can rotate your feet around a little bit. And again, you can do this from down on your knee. That's fine too. Okay, and I want you to get that right foot between your hands, however you need to get it there. So you may need to walk the foot around. Okay, and so your right foot is between your hands. Then you're going to drop the left knee down. A little bit of break on your upper body, okay? And then slowly come on up to a nice low lunge. Reach your arms up. Hold yourself up there. Inhale and exhale. Bring your hands back down. Step that foot back into a tabletop, and then lower yourself all the way down to your belly, tops of the feet to the floor. Now press your hands into the floor. Your elbows are down by your sides, and lift up into a nice cobra. Exhale down, and then come on back to downward facing dog. So maybe come up on your knees, curl your toes under, lift your sit bones up, and breathe. A nice big inhale and exhale. Okay, we're going to do our upper body, and you can skip this part if you want. So come on forward to plank, and then come on back to downward dog. So you bend your knees so your sit bones come up a little higher. And then come on forward to plank. Hold yourself there, and back to downward dog. One more time to plank, and hold it there. And then back to downward facing dog. Okay, lift the left leg up in the air. Maybe rotate your ankle around a little bit. And you know it's coming. So the left hand is coming between, or excuse me, your left foot is coming between your hands. Okay? Coming into a runner's lunge and then dropping the right knee down. And move nice and gingerly, softly, to get yourself there. If you can't smoothly move your foot between your hands, that's okay. Maybe you'll get there sometime, maybe not. Just a little different way. Breathing in, breathing out. Bring your hands down by your front foot, step that foot back into tabletop, come up into downward facing dog, and breathe. Nice big inhale and exhale. Now walk your feet behind your hands, come into a forward fold, hang out there for a moment. Bring your hands to your knees, inhale halfway up, exhale down, and then stand all the way up. Reach up, palms together, come all the way through your heart center, and then in mountain pose, rooting your feet into the earth, feeling nice and strong. Inhale your arms all the way up. Exhale, fly all the way back down. Okay, hands to your knees, come halfway up. Like nice long spine. Exhale down. Okay, now bring your right foot way back. Okay, and you can stay here. Okay, in the runner's lunge, this is fine. Or heel toe your left foot out a little bit and bring your left hand on the inside of your foot. I neglected to say, I forgot to tell you that you can have blocks during this class. You can grab them if they're nearby and put them underneath your hands if you want. You can stay here. You can drop the right knee. You can even come down to your elbows if that's in your practice. There's all different variations to feel an excellent stretch in lizard, okay? And if you are down like this, just kind of hug that left knee in towards yourself. So you're keeping the spine nice and long, and you're breathing in, you're getting a nice stretch on that hip flexor, that right side hip flexor. And just hold it there for a couple more breaths. One more breath. And then slowly come on up and step that left foot back to downward facing dog. And breathe. A nice big inhale and exhale. So your index fingers are really rooting into the earth. Okay, let's come forward to plank. And you can skip this part if you want. And then come on back to downward facing dog. And then come on forward to plank. Hold yourself there. And back to downward facing dog. And one more time to plank. And maybe if you're in plank, I had to move my feet a little bit, lower yourself all the way down to your belly. Again, if you need to drop your knees, that's fine. Press your hands into the floor. Come on up into that cobra. Relax your shoulders down. Exhale down. Come on back to downward facing dog. And breathe. Yep. Nice big inhale and exhale. And adjust yourself as needed. Okay, everybody's body is a little different, so adjust yourself as needed. Okay, so the other side, you're going to bring that left leg up, and the left leg is going to come on the outside. Oh, excuse me, I was wrong. I'm thinking about this. Right leg is coming up. I had to think about that. Is going to come to the outside of the right hand. Now, if you have to drop that left knee down, that's okay. So now my hands are inside of that right foot, and you can stay up here, or you can come down to your elbows. You can have blocks. You do whatever works for you. You can bring your hands into prayers. You can keep your palms down to the earth. It's just what you're going to do now is you're going to hug that right knee in towards your body. Keep breathing, opening up. This is a very nice pose to get really open down throughout the hip flexors, the whole hip area. Keep breathing. Inhale and exhale. Slowly come on up. Okay, step the right foot back into downward facing dog. And breathe. Ooh, nice big inhale. And exhale. Slowly walk your feet behind your hands. Nice forward fold. Feet are hip width distance apart. Bring that crown of the head towards the floor. Then bring the hands to your knees. And now the crown of the head comes forward. And then it comes back down towards the floor to do the forward fold. Bend your knees slightly and stand all the way up. Reach up, reach up, reach up. Hands into prayer. Come all the way down and pause. Okay. So take your right foot. We're going to come into pyramid. Maybe you want blocks for this one. You're going to take your right foot back, not as far as warriors, but just a couple of feet back. If you want to move your feet back further, that's fine. But basically you're facing the front of your mat and your back foot's on a slight angle, okay? So reach your arms up and then exhale and fold forward. And wherever you land, that's okay. And again, you can have blocks here and adjust yourself as needed. If you need to bend that front knee, if that's in what you need to do, that's okay. But what you're trying to do is really stretch out the back of your legs in pyramid pose. And so the right hip is still coming forward, the left hip is kind of coming back. Taking a nice big inhale and exhale, holding this fold, noticing different sensations that are happening. Move, adjust yourself as need be that feels right, that the sensations, you know what the good sensations are. Inhale and exhale. Okay, so bring your hands to your hips and slowly, slowly come on all the way up. Okay, and you can just rotate around to the other side. So you probably have almost the right height or the right distance between your legs. And now you're facing the back of your mat. And inhale your arms up. Exhale, just fold nice and softly down towards the floor. So now we have the opposite leg back, keeping the back of the foot pressed down, not coming up, adjusting the hips so they're kind of going back, you know, one's going back, one's going forward. So you do the opposite sensation, keeping the spine nice and long. Taking a nice big inhale and exhale. Get nice and stretched out. And then bring your hands to your hips and slowly, slowly, without getting a head rush, come on all the way up. Okay. So today we're going to do dancer, which means you may need a chair or a wall. That's all right. This is not an easy pose to do. It's a fun one, but we just did forward fold, so let's open up our front part of the body. Okay, so rooting the left foot down, you're going to start bringing that right heel towards your butt. And if you're just only doing it this way, this is enough, okay? What you're going to attempt to do is get that right hand to your right foot, or right ankle, I should say. So maybe you're just hanging out in a little halfway up, which is great. Or you can grab the ankle. This is great too. Okay, so you're pressing the foot into the hand, and then you start a little bit softly bending forward so that there's a little bit more of a challenge. So you're really keeping that left foot down. You can reach around and grab with both hands. That's okay. That's fine too. You can bring the left arm forward. That's another way of doing it, whatever you want to do. And remember, walls and chairs are definitely optional here, okay? And feel that nice big opening. Maybe there's a soft bend in that left knee too. And then slowly you can come out of it. Maybe bring that right knee forward. Maybe grab it with the same hand or the opposite hand. Just doing a little forward counterbalance. And then come on down. A little bit of a challenge here for you today, all right? Come up on your toes, back on your heels so that you get nice and rooted. Okay, so now we're kicking that left heel back, finding something to stare at. You grab it however you need to, or the wall that's nearby that I'm kind of using, you know, and just start and stop. Whatever you need to do. You can bring the right arm forward. You can reach around and grab it. Just feel the foot going into the hand. Whatever works for you. Some people may be able to actually reach their right arm up and around and grab that left foot. Just feeling an excellent stretch. Getting nice and strong on that right leg. And then slowly, slowly, slowly come on forward. Maybe bring that left leg forward and out. Or you can take that right arm across, whatever works for you. Or maybe it's just a touch down. Just little options for you to try that could be fun. Taking a nice big inhale and exhale. All right, come on up to the front of your mat. Inhale your arms all the way up. Exhale, fly down. Okay, come on down to child's pose. Take a load off. Okay, stretch, stretch, stretch. All the way forward. breathing in, just relaxing all the way down, letting your spine be nice and long, resting your hands, resting your feet. Okay, walk your hands over to the right, just feeling a nice stretch along the left side. Pressing that left hip down a little bit. And then walk your hands over to the other side. Pressing that hip down a little bit, the right hip. All right, come on down to your bellies. Nice and slow. We'll do a couple of cobras. Keeping into that, now that our front body should be nice and opened up, okay? So palms down by your sides, okay? Lift your collarbone up, lift your arms up, and maybe lift your legs up. And just feel the great work that's going on in your back. You're no longer using your feet. Now it's all about that upper back and obviously the glutes. We want to work those glutes. Keep breathing. Inhale, exhale, and then stack your hands. Rest the cheek down. Rest your hips and glutes down. Maybe windshield wiper. Back and forth. Okay, let's come up again. So you can start with hands down by your sides, lift your collarbone up, lift your arms up, lift your legs up. If you want, you can move your arms in different directions. You can certainly have your arms forward, you can have your arms in cactus, you can clasp your hands behind your back, whatever you want to do. Whatever feels right to you today. Stretching, strengthening, and breathing. And then stack the opposite palm down, rest the opposite, and just let everything go. Okay, let's come up, bend your right leg, reach around, press your right foot into your right hand, just like we did in Dancer, just get nice and stretched out. It's really nice to get these shoulder openings, and there's the quadricep openings. And then switch sides. We're doing the dancer on the ground pose. And just feeling another stretch on the other side. Really opening up those hip flexors, quadriceps. We need to do that. Maybe you're going to do both. Maybe that's in your treasure chest today. Keep breathing. And then come on back down and gently sit back into child's pose. And breathe. Arms can stretch forward, arms can be down by your sides, whatever works for you. And then come on up to a seated position. We're going to come into a nice wide leg. So make sure you're sitting up. Maybe I like to lift my sit bones up and down off the ground. It kind of helps keep my spine nice and elongated. And then reach your arms up and turn towards I'm turning towards my right leg. It's probably your left leg. And reach up, really reach your fingertips up. And then fold forward towards that leg. Now, I'm going to give you some options. You can totally stay here. This is a wonderful place to be, to just rest down. Or you can take that opposite elbow. So this is my right elbow, it might be your left elbow, depending upon which side. That same side elbow on the inside of that leg. And then you can stay here, or you can reach around and grab the foot. So you're kind of doing a little twisty thing with the forearm. These are all options. I'm just showing you. Lift that top arm up, totally stay here. Okay, now you're doing a little twist, and then maybe reach that arm over, the top arm over. Maybe it grabs the toes. You're going for the pinky toes. I can only get the big toe today, and I'm okay with that. Or you're just folding forward. Again, it doesn't matter what you do, just as long as it feels right and you're feeling stretches. Nice big inhale and exhale. And then gently come on back up, nice and slow, and just pause. That's a deep bend. If you did the deep bend, you're opening up all kinds of, all your organs and everything. Okay, let's do the other side. So reach your arms up and then twist, but reach up. So really feel the elongation of the spine, even though you're in a twist here. And then fold forward towards that leg. And again, this is lovely. This is so lovely to do. Or you take the same side arm, bring it on the inside of the leg, and then reach around and grab the foot. I don't know if I can do it on this side. Isn't that it? Oh, other way. So I was doing it the wrong way. So you flip the hand around. So my forearm is facing up towards the sky. I was doing it wrong. Forearms up to the sky to grab the foot. And then reach the top arm up. Stay here. This is lovely. And then maybe bring that top arm over, going towards the toes. Keeping that opposite hip down, feeling that whole side opening up. Taking a nice big inhale and exhale. And then slowly come on back up and just pause. Yep, you can feel your shoulders just kind of drop all the way down. So bring your feet forward. And I would recommend this time for a lot of us, bend your knees. Okay? And then reach up and fold forward and see if you can get, and we're all built differently, so when I say this, don't take it literally, your knees towards your armpits. Some of us might have really long legs or really short legs, so it's kind of the idea is just to keep the back nice and elongated. So if you have your knees bent, it's a lot easier than rounding if your legs are straight. And just hold this nice forward fold. It's more about just relaxing than any kind of real stretching, because those side bends are certainly, they're pretty intense. Taking a nice big inhale and exhale, relaxing the lower back. And then slowly come on up. Okay, bring the soles of your feet together. Okay, you can butterfly a little bit, opening up and fold forward. Just getting a little bit more of a stretch on the inner thighs so that we get all those quadriceps stretched from all different angles. And then come on up. Okay. Place the soles of your feet to the floor. We'll come up into a quick boat. So grab the back of your legs, sit up, hang out there. Yep. Hold yourself up there. Maybe let go. Getting nice and strong in the whole core area. Maybe you need to bring your toes down. That's all right. Maybe you need to bring one leg down. That's all right. Work up to holding yourself up here. Bring the soles of your feet to the floor. And then now round your back and slowly, 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 slowly lower yourself all the way down. Yep, on the floor. Okay. So let's cross our right leg over our left knee, and you can certainly stay here or lift the left leg up, take the right hand through your leg, and just feel a nice opening in your right hip. Just relaxing down. Relax your shoulders. You did a lot of upper body work earlier, so don't forget to relax up there. And if you relax in one place in your body, maybe it'll be a chain reaction to relax other places. And then bring that foot back down. Uncross the legs. Okay, cross the other leg over. Lift it up. Maybe bring your leg through, opening up on this side. Relaxing your vertebrae into the earth. Taking some nice inhales and exhales. And then slowly bring your feet back down to the floor. Okay, kind of scoot your heels a little closer to your sit bones, okay? Bring your elbows into the earth, and we're going to come up into bridge. So lift your pelvis up to the sky, doing one more nice opening. If it's in your practice, clasp your hands underneath your sit bones so you're coming more up on your triceps, really, and your shoulders instead of your neck. Rooting your feet in. Just lifting up, getting a nice big chest opener, front body opener that we did today, which will give you a lot of energy and hopefully joy. And then slowly lower yourself all the way back down. Tee your arms out, maybe bring your feet a little wider and do some windshield wipers, just back and forth. Moving nice and gently, just loosening anything up from doing any poses. And if you need to do any kind of other stretch, feel free before we go into Shavasana. And then lengthen your legs out. Let your feet fall open. Just rest your head back into the earth. And let the earth hold you. Let the gravity of your body sink into the earth, into your floor, and let it be there to cradle you, to hug you. Keep your mind focused on releasing any tension. Try not let future stories, if they come into your mind, just go back to resting. Resting different parts of your body. Resting where there may be some tension that you just want to let it go. You can certainly stay here all day. If not, start moving your fingers and toes. Just bring a little bit of movement back into your body. And when you're ready, roll over on your right side, nice and slow. And again, feel that earth just kind of hugging you, cradling you. And when you're ready, slowly come on up to a seated position. Just where you started, and rest down. Feel the sit bones, feel the elongation of your spine. Gently bring your chin down towards your chest. And maybe bring your hands into prayer. And inhale compassion to yourself. And exhale compassion to the world. Thanks for joining me today. Namaste.